some animals, birds maybe, but nobody knew how to derive the right red color except the Armenians. They, with a with an insect that fed on a root of a madder plant. And once a year, in the fall, around this time, these insects would surface. They mate and they die. They mate, they lay their eggs, and then they die. So people would go and collect those dead insects. They boil them. They extract the dye from them. And that was called the Armenian cochineal. That's the oldest dye that ever has been utilized from the Armenian cochineal red. This is what it looks like. Until about 25, 30 years ago, this insect was going extinct. The new government started conserving them and multiplying them. Now, they even found the old recipes in Madenataran from this insect. Depends what kind of mordant you use, you can get all the colors of the spectrum. Yellow, blue, violet, red, all the colors. And that's what the insect looks like. There's a distant cousin of this insect. It's called the Mexican cochinilla that feeds on cactus, but that's a different one. Here's another photo of it looking from up above. Here's another one. And right now, school children, when the season comes, they go collect and they study in schools about this insect. Now, if you look at those manuscripts, they also utilize the same dye as an ink. In fact, right now, from those old recipes, they extracted many benefits of this, the juice of this insect. They make oils for makeup for women. They make to be used in medicine, many uses. So here's few examples of illuminated manuscripts that the red dyes are made from the Armenian cochineal. Vortangarmir, here's another one. Here is one more with different tones. And you see the Madonna with child also sitting the carpet under her foot, because, you know, in older days, people lived on dirt roads. They walked on dirt roads. Their homes, the floor was basically dirt. They didn't have concrete. There were no tiles. So carpets were not used for every home. They weren't made for your average people. They were made for royalty, for somebody that is very, very respected, for dignitaries. By placing a carpet and placing a throne or a chair on it, that means that area is elevated. That area is separated from the ordinary. That's what it symbolizes. That's what it signifies. That's why in those manuscripts you do see the always a carpet under the foot of a saint. And of course, here, the beautiful Armenian red color, even the today's in Armenian culture, this color is being used tremendously. So the red color is very much tied in Armenian culture. That's why you see a rug with geometric forms, with red background. most likely it is from an Armenian cultural heritage. Here is a sample, very long rug. These are inscribed because they are commemorative pieces. They had a purpose. They usually donated on the memory of somebody and donated to church, or either they were dowry pieces. The girl wove it for her future husband. Those are the ones that are inscribed. But almost all of them, as I said, they had that red background. Now this red background was so attractive for non-Armenian people that used to come and visit or pass through Armenia. At one time, when Arab ruled Armenia, when Arabs ruled, they didn't ask as taxation, as duty, they didn't ask for gold or any other valuable items. They only wanted Armenian carpets with those red grounds. So there are archived recordings from Xenophon, from Ibn Khaldun, old historians, that they talk about these Armenian carpets that being given as a tax to Arabs. So in older days, the carpet was the most valuable thing that somebody could give to somebody. And when other dignitaries visited Armenia and got these carpets as gift from the king, when they took it with them, they never used it in their homes or in their palaces every day. They only opened it when they had other guests coming in. So that tradition continued. As you see, again, red carpets. That tradition from one culture to another culture continued for ages. Here is a beautiful sample of a long red rug, until in the world today we know as the red carpet treatment. That means when somebody gives you a red carpet, walks you under, they're giving you that royal treatment. So that tradition, remember where it started. Again, this is the book from Ulrich Schurman, the very first book that started talking, bringing the attention of Armenian rug culture to the Western market. That's the book. Very well made, with 180 colored plates. Then in 1980 actually, 4 or 5 people came together, Armenians. They decided to form an organization and call it Armenian Rugs Society, because of the lack of knowledge, lack of information in scholarly, so-called scholarly works about Armenian rugs. Every single Armenian rugs was designated as either Turkish, Anatolian, Kurdish, Azeri. So they wanted to separate and give a distinct place for the Armenian rugs. And this is the first publication of the Armenian Rug Society in 1982. And this is the last book of their publication. Armenian Rug Society every several years organizes a major exhibit in various museums, and also organizes conferences, invites scholars, and does publication of the new findings about the Armenian rug culture. So this is the last publication, and this was exhibited in San Francisco. There was a 3-month exhibit. And this is the catalog and all the description of those rugs in that exhibit. As I said, there are limited number of these books. We have few here if someone wants to have a copy. For now, I'm not going to drag you anymore. This is the basic, just an overall history of Armenian carpet weaving tradition. If anybody has a question, I would be glad to answer you. If not, thank you very much for your attention. Yes, Roland.